Hello there. We might know questions such as 5 plus 3. Start with the biggest number and we count 3 on, or you just might know 5 plus 3 is 8. You might know 9 minus 3, or 9 take away 3, or 9 subtract 3 will give you an answer of 6. Easy when you do it that way. Or 2 times 5 gives you 10. Or you could say 12 divided by 2 equals 6. But when a number is missing, so for example, here I have 4 plus something equals 12, we suddenly get a little bit lost, become confused. So what will we do? Some people might do 4 plus something equals 12, so maybe they might count up to 12. Other people might do the opposite to what this symbol is, which is a plus. Another word for the opposite is inverse. So the inverse operation, in operations we are the symbols plus, minus, multiplication, division. So the inverse for each operation. So you might look at the opposite to plus. You look at the opposite to minus, you look at the opposite to multiply, you might look at the opposite to divide. So what that might look like, 12 minus 4. So you're doing things back to front. 12 minus 4 would give you 8. Let's see if this works. 4 plus 8 equals 12. Makes sense. Let's try one more. 17. The opposite to plus is minus. 17 minus 8, 9. Let's double check. 8 plus 9, 17. So we're doing the opposite, the inverse operation. Operation is either a plus, minus, multiplication, or division. So let's try this one. Here I have something minus 7 equals 6. So let's try the opposite way. 7 plus, 6 plus 7. 6 plus 7, 13. Let's see if this actually works. 13 minus 7 equals 6. Yeah, that seems to work. So same deal again. 13, instead of something minus 5, we're going to say 13, the opposite is plus. So 13 plus 5 is 18. Double check. 18 take away 5 equals 13. So this is where you do the operation, the operation is what we're looking for. The operation is doing the opposite. So for example, 9 times something equals 54. So the opposite would be 54 divided by 9 will give you this answer. You might think it's easy just to go 9 times something. It probably is. But let's try the opposite of the operation, which is going to be division. 54 divided by 9 is 6. 9 times 6 is 54. Something times 3 is 24. Or you could just say 24 divided by 3 is 8. So we're doing things back to front and the opposite. Here I have something divided by 4 equals 36. So what would I do here, do you think? Something divided by 4 equals 36. The opposite to divide is multiply. It's a big one. 36 multiplied by 4 would give you this answer. People might use different strategies. They might break this one up, they might split it, or they might compensate, whatever works best for you. I know Malik in 5D, he would pretend that is 40. And then you think 4 times 4 is 16. Because we have tens, 4 times 40 would be 160. And then he's going to minus 16. The reason he's minusing 16 is this is 4 away from 40, but he has to do 4 lots of it. So 4 times 4 is 16. So 160 minus 16 would be 144. different ways you can do that. And if I actually double check this, the division, some people do this, 144 divided by 4. 4 can't go into 1, but 4 can go into 14 3 times. I'll use a different colour. 3 times 4 is 12. 14, take away 12 leaves 2. I'm doing short division in this case. I put the little 2 next to that 4, so it now says 24. 4 can fit into 24, or 24 divided by 4 is 6. 36 times. So here I am correct, because there's my answer there. That was a bit of a tricky one. This one, 20 divided by something equals 4. I could do the opposite. 4 times something equals 20. Whatever is comfortable for you, you should go with, and that would be 5. So when you come across these in the future, it's the inverse operation, which means the opposite will help you solve it. You're doing things back to front. Just on that, let's try one that has some words. So I'm thinking of a number. Yeah, I've got a number. This time I'm going to get you to, I've got a number in my head. I'm going to double it. So if you double it, you're multiplying it by 2. I'm going to double it. So I've got this number. Okay, here's my number. What is this number? The next thing I am now going to add, so first part, next part, I'm going to add 5. Add 5. So the first part, I've got a number in my head. I'm going to double it. I'm going to add 5. And my answer is, what should my answer be? I know, it's going to be 19. So my answer is 19. I added 5 and I doubled it. What was my number I was thinking of? So again, this is where we have to do things in the opposite direction, the inverse. So we start at the end, go the opposite way. So here is 19. So I'm going to start with 19. I go 19, and instead of adding 5, the inverse operation, minus 5. So I've done that one. I'm going to minus 5. That would give me 14. So I've done this one. The next one, I'm going to double it. So again, the opposite to double would be to half. So instead of multiplying by 2, I'm going to divide it by 2. Divided by 2 equals 7. So that's my number I was thinking of at the start. To double check, let's put 7 in here. Let's double check. We go the other way. So if I started with 7, that's the number I thought of. I'm going to double it. That means times it by 2. At the moment it's 14. I've done that. I'm going to add 5 plus 5 gives me 19. My answer is 19. So here it is. So that is what my first number was. So when you get these sorts of questions, go the opposite direction and do the opposite. Easy really, isn't it? Do you want to try, let's try one more, just to double check. I'll change 19, 5. Let's start with, I'm going to, keep these. I'm going to add 13. Okay, I'm going to add 13. And my answer is How old do you think I am? Really? 50. 50. Okay, so I've thought of a number. I'm going to double it. I'm going to add 13. Yeah, 13. I'm going to add 13. My answer is 50. So let's do the opposite direction. We'll start at 50. Am I going to add 13? No, the opposite would be minus 13. What does that give me? 37. Now I'm going to double it. Instead of doubling it, I'm going to halve it. Now, that must have been a bit mean because it's going to end up in a 0.5 or something and a half. So divide that by 2. I might split this one. Half of 30 is 15, then half of 7 is 3.5. So if I put them together, it should give me 18.5 or 18 and a half. So let's double check. Is 18.5 or as a fraction 18 and a half. Let's go with the 18.5. I'm going to double it, should give me 37. I'm going to add 13 to it, plus 13 gives me my answer 50. So that's my answer, 50. So that's the way you do with these situations. That one was me because there was a half left over, or 18.5. So my original answer is 50, but when I first started, what I was thinking of is 18.5. Good luck, it's a good challenge for you.